What's up, world? Welcome back to another episode of What You Need to Know. My name is Brian D. Exclusive. I apologize for the lack of posting yesterday. I came down with a really bad head cold. But not to dive too much into any of that, the topic at hand today is the mass shooting that just took place at a Catholic school yesterday. Now, normally, I'm very apprehensive about giving these sorts of deranged lunatics any publicity. I don't think that it's good. I think that it encourages more people to go out and do this. But that's not why I want to go over everything today. The focus for me in particular is the fact that there is so much genuine mental illness that is just not being taken seriously. And we're living in a time where all of these left wing lunatics are constantly going out and saying how much we need to prioritize mental health, how we need to take their ideas, whatever they think in their head, seriously, how we need to affirm them so that way they don't hurt themselves. And yet, at the same time, it seems like it's one of the most public no nos right now, besides just going out and dropping a hard R, to even accuse somebody that we know has high probabilities of doing something either to themselves or others of being at risk of said activity. And this in particular, this situation yesterday, there were so many red flags, as the left likes to put it, that it's it shocks me that there wasn't anybody, not one person, not one friend, family member, coworker, random guy on the street that was willing to speak up. And, maybe they genuinely didn't notice. Maybe this was really just one of those situations where, he just seemed like a really normal transgender person, I guess. But when you go through all of the information that we have, it becomes more and more abundantly clear that that is not the case. Now, the information I have came to me from a a source that I will not disclose. Let's just put it like that. And right after I got this information, the YouTube channel that it was on was nuked. Now, Steven Crowder, did a really good job on Rumble going over all of this. Luckily, he's not the only one that has sources to help him get information like this. So, even though I didn't get to go over it live during the breakdown of all of the situations, I still think that it's abundantly important for us to look at this. There's photos, videos, there's literally a book that he flipped through where he wrote out a manifesto of what was going to happen. I believe it was in Russian. It's hard to really understand all of it. There were some sleuths on the internet that were trying to translate all of the words that were put inside of the book. And it seems like it was written by somebody that doesn't fully understand the language. So there's like one off segments that people have been able to pick up, but there's not like concise thoughts at this point, at least that I've seen. Now, mind you, we have to be wary about the people that we trust to translate it. Steven Crowder did have his team working on it. I'm not sure if that was just using AI tools or if they had somebody on their team that was able to actually speak the language or what the situation was. But that said, I want to quickly but also thoroughly go through this. Some of these videos are quite long. They're no longer on YouTube, so this might be one of the only sources for this information. If the channel gets in trouble for this and I have to pull the video, or if the video just gets pulled because of the content that's inside of some of this stuff, I will end up re-uploading this onto Patreon and potentially Rumble as well. But that said, I think that if YouTube left it up for as long as they did before this situation, there's no reason that we can't go over it and just talk about the red flags that really should have been abundantly obvious, just in basic demeanor, basic body language. So this first photo that I have right here with the bird and the city behind it on fire, this came from his YouTube page, I believe. Now, the unnamed source that sent me this information, when I first got it, I wasn't even certain that this was genuine, accurate info. But as more and more has came out, it has turned out that this actually is the valid source. All right. So first and foremost, we have this very disturbing video that I'm not sure how much of it we'll watch, but I want to watch some of it. It starts out very creepy. If you have kids in the room, this is a discretion. They may not want to be in the room for this. There's no violence necessarily, but it's a weird vibe. So weird. That in and of itself right there was a huge indicator that there's just something not right with this guy. Now, maybe you could argue that he's just being silly here and making weird noises, but it's at least somewhat jarring. Like, that was not a pleasant tone. I don't know. Maybe it's easy to say that with hindsight. Play.
Swing. Here's my note to my family and shit.
Pause it. Just to read a little bit of it. I don't expect forgiveness, and I don't expect any apology. I have to hold much weight. But to my family and those close to me, I do apologize for the effects my actions will have on your lives. Please know I care for you. Please know I care for you so much, and it pains me to bring this storm of chaos into your lives. It's so wild. I can't imagine being in a position where this is even possible, where somebody who, under all the other previous classifications of the DMCA 5, or before the DMCA 5, this would have been 100% picked up. The therapists that used to okay the transgender transitions, they used to be so thorough that anything like this, I'm certain it would have been picked up. They would not have allowed somebody that was an actual threat to society to persist and go about the world. Just skipping to the next paragraph. To my mother and father, I am sorry I didn't turn out as you had hoped. You did not fail me. You gave me so much. I truly appreciate the love you have given me. I feel I was raised to be a good person. I've kept those traits of empathy, self-sacrifice, and good character. Please do not think you have failed as parents. I was corrupted by this world, and I have learned to hate what life is. That's profound. I was corrupted by this world, and I have learned to hate what life is. Life is love, life is pain. There is too much to accept, too many things to put up with just to live. I'm tired of the pain this world gives out. Please move on and continue to give your love to my brothers and sisters and the rest of the world. They may not forgive you, but you need to move on from me. They may not forgive you, so that indicates that there's something weird there. Forget my life and the pain I've brought. I love you both. Thank you for everything. I'm sorry. Man, he goes on to apologize to his siblings.
Some English writing. Wow. Hope you can read that.
Wow.
Yeah. Peace, love, unity, and guns. Baka.
This little spot right here, Crowder touched on a little bit. 2002 to 2025. If this is his actual date of existing, then this person was a minor during the COVID pandemic. And the reason that I think it was valid when Crowder brought that up is there are so many people that were going through the most pivotal points of their lives during the pandemic that just had everything totally taken from them, and it's destroyed the ability for people to think rationally. So that in and of itself is just kind of a signal of potential other issues we may end up having with people that grew up in their most important years isolated.
Baka, my brata. Baka.
Making a fake Russian accent, dropping his bullets. That's so weird, dude. And how did this not get picked up? How did YouTube allow it to stay up for so long without reporting this?
Get fucked.
This isn't like a channel that was just out talking about gun control or showing people how to use firearms safely or anything like that.
By BlackRock and ExxonMobil. Sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Brandon Herrera for president. Yeah, I
Whoa.
met Brandon Herrera at
Run that
SHOT
back.
Show last year. This message brought to you by BlackRock and ExxonMobil. Sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Brandon Herrera.
Brought to you by BlackRock and ExxonMobil. There's no way he's just saying, pause, yeah. 1 minute, 31 seconds. There is no way that he is just saying that for no reason. That is weird. His final messages, his final goodbye, and he's saying, sponsored by BlackRock and ExxonMobil. And I don't even know who this guy he's shouting out for president is. I need to look into him. I'm uninformed.
I met Brandon Herrera at SHOT Show last year. He and I had a brief conversation, but like, we agreed on a lot of things. So y'all should vote for Brandon Herrera for president.
Wow.
And Vintage Warfare promotes love and peace and accepting differences.
Except for he didn't want to accept any differences, did he? Wow. How? How did this stay up?
Tomorrow. I'm sorry to my family. But that's it. That's the only people I'm sorry to. Fuck those kids.
Wow. It's demonic.
Skibbity. Skibbity. Shit.
I regret everything.
I didn't ask for life. You didn't ask for death. I'll make my own fucking stars.
Oh, what did he just say?
I'll make my own fucking stars. Yeah. Watch my 9mm go bang.
Wow. Wow. See, here's the thing that I notice about this. Him having a picture of Christ on that shows that he knows that Christ is real. This isn't about him being an atheist. This is about him being possessed by the devil or some kind of a demonic force. Because that's not normal.
I'm the woker, baby. Why so curious?
It's so weird that he has anti-Semitic and racist stuff written on this. Just being that he's left-wing trans, it doesn't seem like something that would be up in his character, but I don't know. This shows that there's way more to this than what meets the eye.
Skibbity Riz.
Wow.
Gong gang.
What the fuck?
The big boy. Fucking rip and tear. That's the big one.
So weird.
Don't forget to live Laugh and love.
I have no idea what that means. What? It's wild how much he's influenced from rap.
And this one's for me.
What?
In case I need it. Right up in the fucking mouth. Some smoke.
What the fuck?
Extra thick. Eat shit, motherfucker. Ah, koszmar.
Wow. Wow.
Freedom. Time to play. Baruch Koszmar.
Jeez.
Kiss me, I fucking hope I do. Fuck. Got that bitch loaded. My precious.
Alright, 6 minutes, 15 seconds. Gonna fast forward through some of this, just kind of skimming.
Vivimos en
It's so
el
wild.
sociedad.
Alright, let's go to the next one. So this one goes through what a lot of people are trying to translate right now, which is this book that appears to be written in what I've heard is Russian. There's some very strange photos in it, especially towards the end. Oh, here we are. So yeah, there's this weird photo of, or weird drawing of what appears to be him talking to the devil with a gun on his back. We keep going. There was a literal depiction of the church, like a hand-drawn blueprint. And this video is 20 minutes long. So maybe at some point I'll break down more of this. Like we can go through it as translations come out. But he's whispering to himself in a form of repetition. Things that I'm not even sure if I can, like, I can't say them, I don't think, on YouTube. I don't even want to play it because it might get me banned. But just know that that was posted days before any of this. I don't remember what the date said on the channel before it got taken down. But there's also these very weird schizophrenic-esque videos of him quote unquote painting the Mona Lisa with a skateboard, but throughout the whole video, check this out. Throughout this whole video, he just pretends to paint. Nothing goes onto the canvas at all. It's like absolute insanity. At a certain point, we have to stop trying to give all of the mental illness that needs to be taken seriously a pass. Because what is happening is we have essentially decided to start targeting normal people that want to make a society better, that is here for pushing mankind forward, and we have replaced it with only helping people that are at the worst parts of our society. And that doesn't mean that we shouldn't help people with mental health, but what we should be doing is we should be opening up institutions. That doesn't mean lobotomize everybody, but there should be a place for people that are a danger to society to go, that aren't necessarily convicted of a criminal offense yet. So that way they can be released to the public and be safe. I'm not sure why Reagan wanted to get rid of that back in the day. It doesn't make sense. Reform, sure. Remove makes no sense. How many more people are out there right now posting onto YouTube that are just waiting to go and do something like this. And then, all right, I'm just going to go into the conspiracies. Not really conspiracies, but just logical train of thought. So I won't say who the source was that helped me get this, but what I will say is there is a common agreement that the way that this YouTube channel was leaked out for people to be able to find is strange. And all right, the Whitmer kidnapping a couple years ago, Governor Whitmer. It is known that the majority of the people that were involved in that were feds that were whispering into the ear of these two normal people that had slightly radical tendencies and convinced them to do something egregious. The way that information in this situation leaked out, it makes me feel that there was somebody whispering. Maybe it wasn't an American intel agency, but I believe that there was some sort of intelligence agency or some sort of entity, third party entity, that was aware of this, that had convinced this man to go out and do this, that leaked this unknown YouTube channel to the world and made it possible for us to be able to break this down. Because look at it like this. If he knew there was a good chance that he was going to pass, why would he risk it not being found? Let's just leave it at that. I have to be very careful about how I talk about this because right now things are developing and don't want to have an Alex Jones situation. But I will say that it doesn't make sense that he would risk this channel and this situation not being found. Unless, the thought was the police will find it on his phone. But then at that same time, how was it leaked so rapidly after the incident started? Because it wasn't long at all before a lot of people had this information. Like, really not long at all. The mainstream refused to talk about it. I mean, I was sick all day yesterday. All I could do was sit and watch and see how it was breaking down. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird that we're not willing to take these clear threats to society more seriously, and that we're willing to put people at risk of being hurt just because we want to try to be compassionate to a select minority of people that would not return the favor to us if given the opportunity. All right, that's all. I'm gonna try to go live later today. It is my birthday after all, and I'm up in the middle of nowhere now and really don't know anybody up here, so I thought maybe that'd be a fun way to try to spend the day. I'm having some issues getting my computer to record internal audio while I am live. So, maybe if I do it, I'll just go live and react to articles. I really wanted to react to some videos that I had set up, but maybe that's not possible. But in any case, I'm going to try to do that later. If you enjoy my content, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms at Brian D Exclusive. I do have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/Brian D Exclusive or just click the link in the description. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.